Good day, everyone. Hope your day is going good so far. In this video, I'll be talking about the power of belief. And this video is specifically for someone out there. I'm hoping that this video will inspire and bring transformation to someone that is watching today. So I want to begin by using an analogy. If you look at the plant, for example, the process of a plant is very simple. You get a seed, you plant the seed in the ground, and then it takes over. It just gets nutrients from the soil, sunlight, water, and then eventually grows through a process over time, certain period, and then it bears fruit, and then we eat the fruit. So that is the life cycle of a plant. A plant goes through a certain process where it grows over time, gets its nutrients, and then it bears fruit. Now, when we bring that principle into life, our life pretty much follows the similar pattern. So when you look at our life, we are born into a certain environment, and that environment shapes our beliefs. So what is beliefs? Beliefs are like our thought patterns. They are certain behaviors and attitudes that we cultivate over time. And belief system is a way of thinking or a pattern or belief that we operate on. So our beliefs are very much formed by the kind of environment that we grow up in and the kind of people that we associate with. So that's why the environment is so powerful in that sense. It creates our foundational beliefs, especially when you're young and you're growing up. So young people watching, it's very important because the kind of beliefs and the kind of things that you cultivate when you're young tends to become a stronghold in your life when you get older. So that is how our beliefs are formed. So we are born into a certain environment, and that environment shapes our thought patterns, our mindsets, and our behaviors. So it's very important to understand that that's number one. The kind of environment that we grow up in tends to frame and program us into the future of becoming the type of person that we want to become. Now, as you go through life, you get older, you tend to realize that life tends to control your behavior and certain values that you have. Now, the catch here is, are those beliefs and those values that we have cultivated in our life, are they good or are they bad? Now, it comes down to a very important factor, which is your parental upbringing. Now, if you have grown up in a toxic environment, that tends to have a predominant effect on you. You tend to catch certain habits like being aggressive, or if your father was an alcoholic, then you tend to catch those behaviors as well. And if you're not careful, you will develop addictions. So addictions are strong beliefs that are very hard to break. So it's important for young people to be aware of the kind of environment that they are in and to be intentional on the kind of behaviors and attitudes that you want to develop. So if you see those values and those attitudes, if they are not right and you feel that they're not good, then you shouldn't be entertaining those behaviors. Say, for example, drinking. If you see that it's not right, then why are you entertaining yourself in those behaviors? And a lot of the times, through my own personal observation and my journey in life, I've noticed that we don't even question those things. We take it as life as being normal, growing up in those environments. And then it really affects us when we get into our adult life. We struggle through those addictions. And number two, to note that these values and beliefs, whether they are right or wrong. So it's pretty much being self-aware and taking the necessary actions to change those beliefs and those attitudes which are not right. So the only person that can change your life is you. You have the power within your hands. No one is going to change your life. So I always say this, it's not where you're born, but it's who you become. Okay, just because you're brought up in an environment that is not conducive, it doesn't mean that you live that kind of life for the rest of your life. You have the power of choice. God has given you a very powerful will, and that will is to choose what is right for you. So you have the power of choice. The power is in your hands. You can choose who you become, and you don't have to develop those attitudes, behaviors that are bad for you when you're young. You can choose to develop your own behaviors, attitudes, and beliefs by being intentional and by choosing who you accompany yourself with, the friends that you hang around with all the time. Are they in your best interest, or are they destroying your life? So young people, it's very important that you choose your friends wisely when you're growing up, so you can make the right choices in life to become the best you can be. And the final point is that we are all becoming someone in the type of environment that we're growing up in. Think about it. The type of knowledge that we are acquiring is shaping us into becoming someone we want to be or someone we don't want to be. So it's important to choose the type of knowledge that is in your best interest, so you grow in that knowledge to become the best version you can be. When you go to the airport, do you just show up at the airport not knowing where you're going? No. When you buy a ticket, you exactly know your destination, where you're going. So you go to the airport knowing where you're going first. And you get on the plane and you know exactly where the plane is landing. So our life is pretty much the same. Do we know where we're going with our life before we journey in this life? So it's important to know your big picture. Because if you don't know your big picture, then you don't know where you're going with your life. You're going to become someone you're not. And social media and so many influencers, people out there, will influence you in the bad way. Because if you don't have a roadmap for your life, all roads will take you anywhere. So it's important to have a big picture or roadmap on where you're going, and then you come into the present, and then you choose the kind of information, choose the kind of people that will build you up to take you to your destiny. Okay, so this is a life changer, young people. If you know your big picture, it will transform your life. It will be a guide, it will be a signpost to where you're going. So it's important that we know who we are and who we want to become. So recapping again, number one, the environmental conditions, they shape us to become the person we want or we do not want. And number two, we need to be intentional about the environment that we are in and be conscious of the choices that we are making every single day, because it is determining the kind of person that we are becoming. And number three is seeing your big picture. Okay, know your big picture for your life and grow yourself and mold yourself to become that person you envision. So I hope this video blesses you. I hope it inspires and transforms someone out there, at least one person who's watching, so that you can become the best you can be. Now, if you like these short videos, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to do these short videos to inspire and shape you. Thank you, and you all have a blessed day.